signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any committee reports?
I have none.
I have none.
All right. 130 is vacating road. Did you have any more questions from either landowners over the last 2 weeks?
No. I did verify with Roger that, the land south of there, that county records don't show any road on the same alignment.
So we're not, that doesn't really consider to be part of the road that Mr. Carney was.
So we're not showing any record of road there.
Okay. So he can't really call it a road, then, so I mean, he can't really protest that it's, he's not really a landowner that involved in this matter.
No, definitely, no, he's not contiguous to this. So,
How do we handle it, Mr. Roll, Mr. Hale? Last week they were on the same page and now they're different. One wants to close it, one wants to open it. What would your advice be, commissioners?
well, we already had a hearing. I think we make
Yeah.
findings in accordance with what happened at the hearing. And both of them are petitioners, so, you can do whatever you want to do, but I don't get liability either way towards either of them.
That may not be the case, but
What's that?
I said that may not be the case, they might still be agreements about the roads. Hopefully not.
Well, Larry and yours told me that they were in agreement. I haven't heard anything back from Ken suggesting that they're no longer in agreement.
It would be technically considered contiguous. Isn't it land, just, the land that touches just out of Albert Hale's property, when that can be considered contiguous to the,
I thought there was some intervening land, but I wouldn't consider
oh,
it
okay.
contiguous.
And that could be, I thought for some reason it was,
I mean, there is Robert Slipbaum on land, are you talking about my land?
no, Carney. Gary
Yeah.
Carney.
Slipbaum and Hale on land above Carney and Marlette.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that, Matt.
Yeah, so that'd just be Robert Slitzbaum would be the only one that would be contiguous. He would be considered contiguous.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So we need to call him.
I take it.
Did you take this message?
I forget, John Portman called and wanted to talk to, he asked for you,
Okay.
he said he talked to any commissioner, but he asked for you.
Guess we can't use our new phone system. I think our one line is dead.
I said something to, what, about the.
There's like no doubt that whatsoever with,
Try 6291, I think that's why we're not getting any phone calls.
there we go.
Pat, how involved does the county commissioner get if someone is complaining about Township Road?
I don't think you have any authority.
I told him, I said, why don't you try to go work it out, and I tried, and I get no response. And he wanted to come before us, and I said, well, let me ask you a question.
He can come talk to us about getting the news or something which might get their attention.
Mike?
We don't have the authority.
This is John.
Oh, John, I'm sorry. Hey, this is, Commissioner Jeff Shealy, I've got Commissioners Bill Pohl and Mike Bodenhausen with me. I had a message to give you a call.
Yeah, I was wondering if, I could get to meet with you guys out at, 310th Rollins Road at your convenience.
Okay, 310.
When we gonna try to do a tour one of these days?
Yeah, let's,
Because we had another road we wanted to go look
what's
at.
next week? What do we have going on the 9th? What do we have going on next Tuesday?
I have nothing down right now.
Yeah. Looks like we could possibly do something maybe, next Tuesday, the 9th.
Alright,
That morning that would work great for us.
okay, you call me back with a time, or?
Yeah, if we can, plan on getting budget approved or, set for publication here this week, so,
Okay.
I could probably give you a call here, towards the end of the week and set a time for sure. I mean, preliminary, I'd say something like between 10 and noon would probably work for us.
That'll work for me too, alright.
Okay, just so we can be prepared, what's this in regards to at 310th and Rollins?
We've got that water that continues to come across the road
Okay,
and wash it out, fill our ditch up, and I just want somebody to explain to me why we can't dig a ditch on the north side of the road.
okay,
Not that. So that's basically what it is. Been trying to get it for how many years now.
okay,
Don't know if I gotta get a lawyer to get the ditch dug or what's gonna happen here.
okay. Didn't they do didn't they clean out a ditch on that road within the last year or so, or am I thinking about a different road?
Well, probably last year they dug it out, but see, the problem is they come out there and they dump rock. It rains, washes it in the ditch. They come back, they dump more rock on the road. It rains, washes it in the ditch.
Okay,
And now my ditch is filled up again with rock, and the water goes over our crops, down in our shop, so.
so it's the ditch on the north side of the road, or lack of a ditch on the north side of the road.
The lack of a ditch on the north side of the road.
Okay.
Now, do you know how much right of way you actually, the county owns, like, is it 40 foot, like 20 foot each way from the center of the road?
Yeah, I was thinking it was like 48 or.
Depends on when the road went into.
Yeah, and some of it depends on when the road went into effect in the county. There's different, right of ways for different years of purchase.
Okay, if you could find that out too before we meet, would be helpful.
Okay. Right away. Okay, I'll give you a call back here by the end of the week and let you know what time we can do it on. It'll probably Tuesday morning between 10 and noon, so.
All right, that works for me. Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm back. Sounded like Michael, but sounds different. Yeah.
Mike's the one playing the original Marco, right?
Yeah.
That's who that was.
There was an issue from like a year or two ago on that same road, on the north side. I think Mike went out there with us. Yeah, so if you get mad.
Where do we find out what their easement is? It'll go about a year. The road was,
I think it was probably narrower before, like older.
Yeah. So he's talking about a long 310th road. The map I'm looking at doesn't look like the Rollins goes, Rollins touches up there, 310th road. Does it? Or is there a little tiny spur that's called Rollins Road?
That's what I'm looking at right now.
'Cause that's K7.
It's gonna be east of, Horn.
Well, that's Phillips Road. That's the next one. It doesn't look like there's a road between Phillips and K7. But there's a little.
There's a little bitty thing here.
Yeah,
Down
is that Rollins Road?
Well, it doesn't say on here.
Yeah, it doesn't say it on mine.
I don't think it says on this one either.
I think it does.
Gotta be up north by the state lake someplace up in here.
I think it's west of the K7 highway.
It'd have to be.
That's what I think, just west of maybe 4 miles, right?
Correct. It isn't even showing the county. Right up here. The one on the website doesn't show. Mm-hmm. Rollins would be here, see, 'cause I'm assuming it's probably talking about just east, oh, I know where it is. Yeah, I think it is technically road for that.
That's where Jim's.
It's really, I don't know if it's, I think it goes south. There's a little road, I think it goes south of 10.
Right.
I forget about that. That's the same area. There's been issues out there, I think, before. If I remember right, the property owner on the north side of the road, somehow the water diverts off and you can see where it washes clear across the road. There's no ditch. There's no ditch there to stop it, and,
That'd be the Hankies,
yeah.
Todd Hankies.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we had. I believe we maintain 3 Towns Road.
I think that Hanky Ford has been lost. Been going on a while.
You can be able to see it real quick. I would think it's a big ditch out there, like the roots on that down there. There's a creek down there. I'm sure that's Deer Creek. That's Deer Creek down there. It's either Deer or Independence, I'm not sure. That's Deer.
You are,
Well, do you have to ask about rights of way or?
probably, yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, go ahead and do it.
Was it John Fulton?
Mm-hmm.
This week? So far. Hi, Colin.
Hi, Henry, how are you?
So that was those changes, that's just changes, that's what we added in. I just gotta look over what it is. I mean, I'm glad that I would investigate it.
I think you, took too much out of it.
Well, she may not take it back, but we did, to that effect.
No, we didn't, I'm sorry. She got very much. We give her, so she knows to be something.
So we did it, so it's all right.
Cause you had a 320, but originally it was.
Yeah, I think he was issued a mortgage registration, we get a lot of sense of that.
So what, that's last this year, next year, it's a half option. First year.
Well, it started in July,
Yeah.
and so you're gonna have a whole year and a half. I mean, you know, we may have a little effect this year, we have no idea, but then you have
Well,
one
we,
next
I
year.
don't know if we have it, I don't know. But
Natural rate was like 13 was 523.
so get you $1,000.
Yeah. And then that's the.
Yeah, 5 foot going into their total down there. Yeah, them all here. That would be, let's see, what we first. To me, one, I think she's off. Well, but she's dead, you see. You gotta add that now.
we've already had a hearing, so I mean, there's no motion to enter into hearing for vacating a road. I guess we'd open it up for any additional comments at this time.
I think the last version of the resolution is good.
Do we have that lost?
I didn't print it, do you have it on?
Did you just print off?
What's that the? Wait a minute, I have it on my.
You sent it to all of us, or?
I have it right here. Yeah, I think everybody has it.
Yeah, we had, it was Mr. Roth, said the resolution was made change, something else. We had
Too much stuff, is this it? No. Okay. Do you know what to this about?
either French
That's what we're trying to look and see if he's. 819, is that it? What's the
No,
most-
never probably in Dropbox, but
819 was the last. Can we print it for you? Can you print it for you to show you what it is?
I need to open it, but I guess I need the resolution.
Yes, thank you.
Really?
Yeah, I printed it.
Aren't you glad we're paperless?
Yeah, I know. It was big. August 19th was the last
that could be.
one that I had from you.
Well,
I think it's the last
Look
meeting.
at it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
well, if we look at it, make sure it's,
I'm just getting the resolution. Okay, thanks, Mark.
like the last iteration we did.
214.
Yeah, it shows Tuesday, August 12th.
That's not okay.
Yeah, the date needs to be changed.
I'm trying to get it to come out.
Okay.
Different one, different time.
Can you,
Change the date.
I'm trying to get my. I might put it upstairs, but that's fine.
they don't necessarily have to sign it today if they are not.
Need a motion to approve resolution number 2014-1395. It's a resolution. The Board of County Commissioners of Ashton County, Kansas authorizing vacation of a portion of road located in an unincorporated portion of Ashton County, Kansas.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
I would second that.
Motion and second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any further discussions? Carried 3-0. Oh, that's it. You can just, once we sign a little bit. Just a document. Just go ahead and sign it, document.
Resolution number.
1395, 2014-1395. So we'll get update, with the updated, dates on that and resolution, we should receive the first copy.
All right, thanks, Brett, appreciate
Thank you,
your
Brett.
help.
Okay, there.
Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one for us.
Yeah,
You do one for us, one for Larry.
okay.
So Pat, can we file this in the register deed office so that there's just the record? Does it matter?
Well, I think it says on here that it just needs to go to the records.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it probably could be recorded. It could be recorded, but.
It's Franklin's office, I'll give it a record.
You asked about telephones, they're porting over September 11th, you haven't heard already, so, yeah. And Wes told us the amount, it's decreasing, he told us the amount this morning. Is it 2,000-3,000 on,
It's like 5,000 between the two, long distance, and
pretty significant.
5,000 north.
Close to the rebate back on.
Correct.
You may keep, when you get the credit back.
So these are sorted by vendor alphabetical.
Absolutely, yeah.
Patrick Henderson.
Is he already over budget?
We paid him something. $60,000.
Do you wanna make a motion to do the transfer?
Sure, you have to,
Oh, that's what I'm doing, isn't it?
we do that all, do all that.
Okay, I thought we were gonna do the transfer.
We probably should talk about the regional meeting, so that's supposed to be September 16th. Or it's moved to, it got moved to September 16th, however, we got a regularly scheduled, commission meeting. Plus, when we do, we're looking at possibly doing interviews that week for the, HR position, so how do we wanna schedule that week? Like Pat said, you were not available on that Wednesday?
I am, I can't start till probably 9:30, and I need to be done by 2.
Okay.
Do they have our free to review?
I don't think so. Yeah, I wasn't planning more than half hour.
That's pretty long, if you're gonna have 3 panels do it, that's an hour and a half of interviewing for each one of them, which is,
You run through the ringer on them. I mean, they're designed like that for a
3
reason.
minutes to me is,
For each one. We can cut it down to 15 to 20 each one.
Well, you got a little time moving in and out, and somebody a little late or something, schedule. I'd schedule every 20 minutes and allow you a little talk time in between or something.
Yeah.
Try to get it done in 15 and give you 5 minutes to discuss or whatever.
Well, it depends on how many you have total that you interview as well.
sure.
4 versus 6 is a lot different.
Well, I thought you were saying 6 from, just internal applications, so there's a little there or something. I mean, I'll look at it.
Is it 20, 28, or 23, 28 applicants?
23.
I would guess there should be 10 or 12 a week. That's great.
Okay. Then at least, I would do any less than like 15 minutes for each person per panel. I mean, if you have your, you know, you have like a score sheet to look at, you grade each person, a little bit of time in between, or when you get down to the end, then you can discuss that too.
Yeah, we can do either way.
Because while you're entering one, they're going through, you got 3 panels, everybody's,
Yeah, but then, you know, that's a little different, the other panels are gonna want to have some kind of system. So,
15, 30, 36, so every,
if you did 3 an hour,
that's why I was just running through.
12 of them.
Or at least every 30 minutes, yeah, an hour. 9, 3 hours, 4, yeah.
4 straight hours.
What time do you have to leave?
2. And you go right straight to lunch.
But
You can have lunch brought in. I mean, are you gonna see the panel?
Yeah, we need to.
Probably be good.
I mean, you could probably go coming by from Subway or something and then,
Buy a party tray or 2 and distribute them out, so.
Okay. So we're looking at that, starting that morning of.
which one, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
17th.
And then we're gonna do that commission.
Well, if we get it done at, 2, could we have it following?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking now. We got, we're,
Maybe have a, maybe try to have a light agenda.
Do we have anything scheduled out?
No, I don't have anything scheduled. I don't have anything scheduled for the 9th. No, I don't have anything scheduled.
Well, this would be the week of
The 16th.
16th, yeah. So it'd be 17th, is that 17th?
Yeah.
So, if that's okay, they're gonna remove the meeting for September 16th to September 17th. At 2 o'clock.
Yeah, that should be, really relevant to that many people.
So what time will you have the interviews then?
It's 9:01,
Well, he said 9:30.
9:30. Okay, now who are we gonna have, light these panels up? That's one thing. They all come here, or
Well,
we gonna set up?
You're gonna have to schedule like
find out.
3,
To the courtroom, I mean, use the jury room in that small courtroom, and that's where the other two groups would go, and we use this room. Which,
No, I'll get a new panel.
3 people.
I mean,
The interview room downstairs wouldn't work, huh?
I think it would.
we see that, maybe that closer. The interview,
right in the open chair.
right in here. Hallway.
I think this would work.
Can they get into there? I don't think
Is
they have to do
Is
something.
Jeremy in the Edelman yet, or is he?
I think he might be, that's why I thought one of them might be you, is that there's one of them available for sure.
How many panels do you have, is it 3?
3.
So, I think you could have one in there, one here, and one upstairs.
Keep it all the same, well, it's gonna be quite the same floor, it's gonna be.
Well, I need to contact, Ken, so I need to get a hold of Nathan and Ron and see if he's, on the second little panel. Yeah, I think Wes Newmer read contact with him. The HR director? Is that Nathan?
Well, you mentioned somebody up there, I don't know if he was with us.
So that's who Wes had mentioned to me. And then I think,
Becky Martin out at, the Hot Factory, she's been doing it for a long time, she might be willing to.
Well, the hospital Pam, she helped me a lot of times.
do you know her last name?
I want to say Swigert, maybe Swigert.
The director of, Leavenworth Public Schools was on a panel that I was on for truancy officer. She might be willing to do it too. So, she seemed very,
Who's that?
very helpful, I can't remember her name. The job description, I think I told you, she's the one that sent me the job description, that's the basis for what we need.
She's a truancy officer?
No, she was on the interview panel for that.
Oh, yeah. Did you sit down on that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Kylie Ross was.
Oh, look, yeah, that's right.
Selected.
Yeah, she's be highly livid, that's right. And Sean told me that.
Even Leavenworth County HR person,
That's one I suggested to them.
Diane Collins.
We heard her, she was down there at that very first officials meeting.
She's retiring after.
The one on Leavenworth? Send that notification.
At 2 o'clock until 5, you're having that regular meeting.
Yes.
I'll just let all departments know, Karen. And on the 16th, you're going to the Northeast Kansas, or the, right?
What time you gonna be here? You were driving there from your place.
Oh, you are.
What time you gonna be here?
Time's that 9?
Got halfway there.
2:30, I got drawn. So,
You said
no, it starts at 9. We're kind of old. It takes more than half hour to get out.
Oh, yeah.
I'd say like 8. I'll drop off kids and send them to I'd suggest over there, I guess, and check with Jim and see if, we check and see if the skate's available. I'm not sure.
Your mind's got a couple more questions for me once we get your other thing.
Okay. So I got a question.
Wait, did we say 9:30 we're starting the interviews?
Yeah.
9:30 to 1, whatever.
Or we can go to 2 and take a half-hour break.
For lunch.
That's why I did that.
You definitely should go through motions that. It is good.
Keep it, keep it.
You're right.
So what you need to do is,
How many minutes you got there? 15 hours?
How are you through?
15 minutes in, you got no more.
yeah, you got 3 panels, so that's 45
Those
minutes.
are place to place, you want it.
That's 45 minutes, 45 minutes. Actual interview time plus.
The 30th area, it doesn't go on here.
No, we're at 3 separate rooms. The 3 separate panels, so like, you'd have a group of 3 come in from like, say 9:30 to 10:30. They would go through that, so that would give you roughly 45 minutes to an hour, you know, between discussion time and interview. I think just rounding on the hours, safer, maybe slightly overkill, but
How many minutes are you?
last I'm counting, we run through the lunch hour. Well, no, he's had it suggested what we just broke, basically after that 11:30 time frame, so let's see what.
You're gonna start before 8:30.
Well, if you do, that's good, you might have to do that 4:30.
I think it's early, but earlier, or you're not available.
Well, my municipal court, I could probably be, I could probably be done at 9.
I don't know if you can see that schedule, but that's just basically breaking it out
Okay.
on the hour, so 3 from 9:30 to 10:30, 3 from 10:30 to 11:30, 3 from 11:30 to 12:30. You could do another 3 from 12:30 to 1:30, or whatever that number is. If it's another,
Half an hour break.
well,
We'll get half an hour for lunch.
No,
there is,
done.
there is no time.
May have to speed everybody lunch after 2 o'clock lunch. But Pat will be gone, so.
You can take your
I think
go,
Pat
yeah.
said that, that's.
To go, if we get the container to go.
Go, okay, no,
Okay,
like,
so I could push that one back from, instead of 12:30 to 1:30, I could push it back from 1 to 2.
Yes, and then when you get done at 12:30, you got 30 minutes for your next group business. Right?
Well, yeah.
We'll still, Wes to set up the group.
Sure. We'll probably order bologna sandwiches for one, maybe 2 groups of steak for the third group.
Surf and turf on one advice on the other.
Too much.
Okay, we're going to continue.
Yes, sir.
I have 2 things. First, Roger wants to go to the Kansas Mapping Association meeting on Manhattan on the 7th of October. I just want to move the cost. Chance and Roger. the 14th budget, it may not be the 15th budget.
So it's 3 days.
Yeah.
The Kansas Association of Mappers.
You went last year. I don't think I remember.
It's, I think I got it.
It was in Wichita last year.
Maybe we should look at that one last year, we always get better.
Where they have it,
Do what?
is it the Hilton Garden Inn? Can I go to it?
That is a pretty nice one, it really is.
It's a good location, because you got the mall down there, and there's 3D places not very far away.
Nice hotel.
The beds are almost too comfortable to sleep.
I don't know if you can get you comfortable. $697. Do you need anything else? Alright. Okay, the next one is the Code Red bill. And there's 2 of them here. Emergency, or APG is gonna pay that much.
Okay, we need a grant.
This total bill is that amount minus what the city's paying, so that amount is not up to 0.
Emergency management change,
No.
change general.
Yes. I think it's the last one, what's the most switch. I should have checked with the city on Friday. Mail car check.
What do you think, Code Red system will be?
So they get the check to them. So they get the check on those, so they, I've already set up Pauline, signing the documents I sent in for, username and passwords. And then, they're in the process of that, as soon as I send this check, and they'll set up training. For myself, Kim, Connie, and myself, and the city.
And so this system's, both app-based and
So,
message or?
yeah, it'll do text, email, messages, or it'll call your phone.
It's like,
So for your cell phone, you can download the app on your phone, and it'll alert you whenever you're in a Code Red area. So I'm just here,
free app.
yeah. But where, like, if you go to Morris County or Anderson County, they both have it. And you're in that area, and your phone knows you're in that area, it'll pop up and give you whatever alerts they need you also. So it's anywhere across the United States. And then, so it'll use the app, it'll send, you can send text messages or emails, and then it'll also call your home phone. In extreme emergency where something major goes on, we can set up an emergency call, and it'll ring your home phone and tell you what's going on. We won't use that as much as, unless we just waking people up or bothering them. We'll wait till it's an extreme emergency before we do that part of it. And emails, text, and app is all free, so we can do one every day if we wanted to, it wouldn't cost us a dime. So you call home phones is going to cost, which we have minutes in the contract for that.
Yeah, any type of text.
Text is free.
Oh,
Email
text is free.
It's only when you call home phones or cell phones is when we do your minutes, and we have,
Oh, because it goes to the network.
yep,
That's nice.
there's,
You can get charged for text and so.
All that's
that,
free.
et cetera.
so all the road closures we send out, or to look at cities, all the reports that they'll send out, it's all free. When you call home phone, so for instance, tornado, it'll automatically call you home. If you're in tornado warning, it's gonna automatically call the home phone wherever you're at and say, you're in tornado warning, watch the weather. So, or,
Where do you get that database? Where do you get the database? Like, just,
they have a national database, and then they pull our 911 database, and they check it with theirs to make sure that they have the accurate numbers.
doesn't that just like voluntary, it's like no matter what?
No, we have to get, yeah, that's no matter what, that's not voluntary.
Okay.
So, but you're going to use that in extreme cases. Like road dead, road closures, sitting on phones, at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's all I have. You have any questions?
Span?
Yeah.
Emergency, okay.
Emergency computer communication network for code red.
Okay.
Okay. Really tough question. Maybe you just can, you're like approach to that.
All right.
Okay. I think, you told me on the reimbursement, what of, in the 14 budget, what of that stuff is, because we have a fairly high amount that we're supposed to collect. Now, you said it's gonna be kind of worse, but
It's gonna be worse because of my bills. So for phone and internet, that was phone and internet, that was supposed to be reimbursed, but he never did bill us and then have them reimbursed because the bill was for our work. So he billed those directly. So this will not be an expense, but we also will not be reimbursed for it.
this is 15.
Sorry, this amount, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then phone system, that is not reimbursed, that is 100% IT expense.
In
CIT expenses, of course, we put 100% CIT
Yes.
is 100% IT expense. So basically, all of those, the only thing that's reimbursed is the phone and internet, that's not ours. So then you jump back here,
This is your 15 budget.
That's
That's, we're trying to get a feel here whether we,
life insurance,
I just, last night, when I looked back, I threw away everything I kept on 14 budget stuff.
so all of these computers,
You know,
it shows how they're funded. So if it says IT, they'll be doing a reimbursement. If it says state funded,
Yeah,
then it's
38,
So IT, all those ones, the lines up with 2014 will be a reimbursement.
okay.
Okay? And then,
That's your 15.
let's see. I can turn it off and then what the 14 project was.
Well, all I'm asking, I just want to get a feeling, he must have something else in here, but on the budget, it shows $165,000. Phone, IT,
Instead of 178.
yeah. I mean, I'm not worried about that difference, because there's probably something else,
Mm-hmm.
there's another probably, whatever, $13,000 difference in reimbursement figured. In fact, I think there's a line item on the budget that says
Okay.
reimbursement, I'm guessing it's just consolidated. Yeah, there's, see,
Well, I can tell you 2014, the 40,200 is reimbursed. I don't believe any of the 82,080 yet.
I'm saying he's over budget.
Okay. I mean, this was a reimbursement and that was a reimbursement, those are the only two. Will be budgeted for reimbursement.
165.
Yeah, I don't know where you got that.
So they'll make sure it's all there.
There will be. You're correct. Well, there won't be, because we're not taking that out.
No, that part's a wash.
Yeah.
That part's a wash. 30, this part. That's what they're not taking out, right? I mean,
The
that's
38,740, they're not reimbursing.
This is.
So we're also not expending it, so.
Right, I mean, that part's the wash.
Yeah,
This is all you're gonna collect.
correct.
And not all of that, was it?
Well, all of that except for.
Particular.
Huh?
Well, I only budgeted for one door, a little bit of reimbursement, so we're collecting back all of that. You see a lot of the tank of different times that you roll in.
So you will be.
I know the full 42,000.
You are billed, and they will pay you that.
Is that for the, which system is that for?
It's for computers.
Okay.
So the CIT system, I can get those back up,
And how much is that now?
30,000.
Okay.
See, what I think, he probably looked at your budget.
And the VoIP system?
I think he, like he was.
What do you know?
It is $35,000.
Cindy was
So about
about
80. What's the sum total was 3?
I have a feeling he had this figured in there, and that's not what he reversed.
No, no. And another, so capital outlay is $123,000 total, $40,000 of that was reimbursed, $82,000 is not.
I think that's what he did.
Okay, run this over with me again.
The only dollar amounts reimbursed is the $38,000 and the $40,000. The rest of that's all IT expenses. And that doesn't add up to $165,000.
There wasn't something coming in from outside general funds. You're fixing your village, subways, drink vacations.
They hire them to use directly. Through me, but we run to them directly, so I don't know if it's the right thing.
Yeah, I thought that seemed a little high when I was looking at last year's budget. That's just about that difference.
Great.
Well, that comes in from general, so it's not that, it just, it hurts our.
Yeah, but you would think that what happens to the left side happens to the right side, so what happens to expenditures?
Well, that's all, expenditures he's got.
But, no, I'm saying, you're thinking transfer in of 165, so you're estimating 165 expenditures too, though. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that was planned.
But it's not there,
Yeah, I see that now.
so it's really
We
neutral.
have to cut some stuff, but that's because it was, our expenditures have to be low and, right?
No, you don't have those
No,
expenditures.
no, that's in general revenue source, so I mean, if something else comes in, it's not in your particular fund.
You know, the cash that you have in the budget.
But you also wouldn't have 165 expenditures too, obviously, looking at your numbers right there.
There you go.
Yeah, it does.
That does look up, yeah.
You have 165.
Yeah. Well,
Well, that's a little more than that.
80,000 plus the 35 plus, the other expenses.
No.
Because you're cutting off. Well, like, when you go back in the trash yard, you have to know more than what your revenues are to accurately look at that number. So yeah, the revenue is 165,000, but, I mean,
Expenditures are wrong.
I mean,
Does that make sense?
the 38,000 is a wash, because we're not spending it, but we're not receiving it back anyway.
So then you're looking at 65,
No, we're looking at
35 and 30.
38,000. You take another 40 off of that, which drops down to 90,000.
I had 87 to do that. This computer's at 42.
Yeah.
I thought originally the way we worked it was that Seymour Village was reversing us back to that system.
No, it comes out of there.
No, it was purchasing it from general. I thought that's the way you had,
I don't remember that.
the phone? No, the phone
The
system.
phone system they're buying, or we're giving it to them, they're just paying for the upgrades and the install with us,
Okay.
4,500.
Okay.
Will that come into the reimbursement?
Yeah, we've got to pay that directly.
Oh, they'll pay the direct on that.
Wait, no, I'm sorry. CIC.
They're not included on the way.
CIC.
CIC, were you going to charge them for?
Well, it's a separate fund, a reimbursement back to, you've got separate funds, you've got enterprise funds, you've got, I mean, that's including like solid waste, they're all separate funds.
So you're gonna charge them for the?
No, I'm talking about in 14. How was it
We just budgeted for IT and pay for it.
in 14?
Simpler that way.
That's, figure out,
15 budget year then.
That's the other thing.
Okay, courts have that in there,
Mhm.
so they're gonna pay,
They're gonna reimburse, yep.
alright, so it'll be this. But some of these come out of IT, so not all that's recurring personnel. And then who gets charged the extra?
Well, IT will pay for, well, the department will pay for them if they need them. We just put extra in there as, just in case factor.
Right, but, okay, but IT's gonna be funded.
Correct, but they would be reimbursed out of whoever department, so whoever got them would pay for them.
If you use it, if you don't use it, you accept it.
Correct, and you would use it.
I had asked you a while back, on computers, like computers. We're all through one central system, right?
Correct.
Server. So there's a reason why we can't go to like, I don't know what you call them, they're not a whole computer, but they're a box, I don't know what
You're
you're
talking
talking
about
about.
Zenfine.
Yes.
We can, except for right now, those machines don't handle lots of USB devices. They're
Really?
glitching. For example, checking up on, or clerk's office, how many USB devices do you have on your computer? You're not the worst one, the treasurer's office is the worst one.
We have the art scanner, the forever scanner.
You guys already said, here's something
Well,
else.
I do,
Well, those work.
They don't feel like
I use
multiple?
last
They
one.
come over once, but they're, I think they're over the network, and they end up pulling out the networks where the network doesn't run. So,
Do you use it for safety?
yeah. Either way, we can switch those, they're only $300 a piece, which is a lot cheaper.
Yeah, I know.
But,
If you're on a network, I know a lot of companies go to those.
correct, but if you know, they can't handle, from my experience in the I've seen, lots of USB devices. So the treasurer's office, absolutely not, because they have all their control, they have a gift control on the computer, and they all that. So those would work, the clerk's office probably would work, because many USB devices they have.
What is it plugging into, like printer, more than just printers and?
USB scanners and card readers and, the little handheld scanners for the documents that they mail out. There's more, check readers, little signature pads. I can't keep track of all of it. So yeah, that would work for like maybe the appraiser's office, because they don't have much USB cords, because they've got so many devices nowadays. They wouldn't work for it. And then you also wouldn't want to use it for a power user. So if you're using it for just a data terminal, then yeah, you can use it. If you're using it for someone who does lots and lots and lots of different spreadsheets and stuff like that, then you're not able to use it.
Sure.
I mean, there's pros and cons to it. I wish it was for sure, but I would say they're $300 a piece. But
I just know when you set up virtual networks, like I know a lot of companies don't.
Jefferson County just did it, and if you go ask all of their departments, they hate it.
But there's no.
Their IT department goes out a lot and has to
Okay.
repair stuff. A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
They're under current box.
Which is why, they have to reconfigure. They have to go out there.
Oh,
and install
yeah,
stuff and reconfigure it.
You're right.
I'm not saying that it's an option we can't do, I'm saying it's an option we need to wait for the bugs to get worked out of it before we jump on board.
Those have been out for over 10 years.
Some clients have been 10 years, but not the way they're used now. There was an access base before, it was not, I mean, it didn't look like a Windows system at all.
Sure.
Now they have a Windows, 5 years-ish.
Okay. So they're better than the ones
It's something we've been thinking about and looking at, but I would like to see more bugs worked out before we're gonna sell them our new car or new truck. They buy the first one, do it, see it out, and then you, in my experience. So yeah, it's an option. It really is. It's a lot cheaper than this. You still pay $300 per terminal for office the way they do now.
Sure. I do that.
And you still have to pay for a license, which is around $250.
Have you looked into the, like,
Could you blend some of those in and keep some of the old system?
Correct.
More than likely to do that.
It'd have to be for, not the treasurer's office, not the clerk's office, probably appraiser, yes, courts. Courts you could use.
No, my question was, why couldn't it fall into, how many computers you got, 3 or 4?
number.
I won't answer that question, 16.
I don't wanna say yes, and then order them and they don't work. I would rather order a couple in and try it and see how that works.
And have you looked at the 365? Have you seen the?
Office 365?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't have an internet connection, you don't have Office. Which we should always have internet.
Cloud-based, yeah.
But.
I know it's definitely cheaper though than, I thought.
Maybe for personal use, but not for government
Oh,
business
okay.
use.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, governmental is just the same as business.
No,
So far, it's-
no, no. Government, I get zero breaks to.
No, I'm saying like what's in office,
Correct.
governmental versus.
I was just saying,
I'm sorry.
government package.
Josh, the discussion groups that I've been in, we're talking about going back to work perfect because it's so much cheaper and,
It is.
it's basically, they're saying the functionality is better than Word, it's just not well known.
That is correct.
I don't have it,
But we have to have the Office suite to run our CIC software, because it runs on Access. You know what I'm saying? So, it would be, we built to buy Access by itself, which is just as expensive as buying a whole suite, and then getting Word Perfect, which is free, right? Isn't Word Perfect free now?
I hadn't heard that.
Or maybe it's really cheap.
I think it's cheap.
Yeah. So, you still have the same expense, just buying Access as you would the whole suite. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's true. When you lose like we're switching to an Exchange server, then you lose, that's what everybody can use, Microsoft Outlook, to connect that Exchange
Correct.
server, so.
Yeah, you still, I think you, I was just asking about 365, I just.
The courthouse should never use lose internet access ever. So maybe for the courthouse, figure out all the locations, how we do that. We can look at.
It isn't a yearly fee if you never,
Yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
So you don't own it, so you pay every year.
how much is it?
That would be a little bit.
So if a computer lasts 5 years, it's cheaper than 500 something.
Correct.
Okay.
I've heard some people talk about that, they thought it was a little cheaper.
It'd be cheaper to buy, if I tend to spend $300 for 5 years. I can do that.
I think it was like 366, that was one,
And does it replace things like Dropbox too, or Google Drive?
no.
What is that?
Office?
It's $340.
If you get the online version, 365?
Oh, I see what you're saying. It is cloud-based. I don't know where we drop it into. That's a good question.
So, from now to 4 years, it's $7 a month to have Office. I don't know what the other one costs. I have to look.
There's another thought too, storage management, you talk to them, any departments about Dropbox usage?
I got plenty of storage on the servers.
Okay.
I mean, and secure. Dropbox, I guess, is pretty secure.
They just, changed their pricing.
But then,
They got an email, they upgraded it like, and now has 100 times as much storage space as it's been before, and it matches somebody else's, I can't remember who the other
I
is.
think the accessibility of some departments if they're mobile or accessible.
yeah,
I guess you can sign into the VPN.
you can find the VPN, get whatever you need. I don't like them storing their files 16 different places.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that.
Then if that person is fired or resigned, they lose whatever they had. If they forget their username and password, then it has to be that back. We have no storage.
Sure.
We're gonna have more than we know. Just have it recommend, so. It's an option.
Looks like the appraiser, looking at his budget for computers, I guess he'll just have to cover it when you go.
I told him to, so if he's looking fun, and
We've got some capital outlay money, it's for vehicles, but it's what's gonna have to come. I mean, he's before.
I called and emailed everyone, and said this is what I have. And he
Yeah,
replied back to it, so.
It looks like their off-the-shelf pricing for more than 25 is 12 to 15.
Which is what's been the normal thing. That's our office 365.
Just curious.
I don't know if there's a better deal available, that's,
But what we call it licensing. And how would that work? Because then we'd all have the newest version off it instead of 7, 10, 13, and 15. No, the same version, but this is $7 a month, that's only a 4-year rotation.
And you're the one taking care of billing, I mean, like, the courts, they get a standard printer for them, and you'll bill them, and they reimburse, they will reimburse again. Same with the court, because I'm pretty sure those two in their budget, I don't know about the trailers not down, but computers come pretty close.
Every department that gets them, all they do is say, hey, we need computers. And I think they're purchasing them, installing them, billing, and then credit, all of it.
Well, I just want to try to get that a little closer than we did last time. We lowered it just a little bit, I think you had projected 50-some thousand, we lowered it down to 40 just a little bit, because you're gonna, IT's actually absorbing theirs, and then there's actually about 6 computers there that will be eating, so. I realize 10,000 here, there, makes more difference. $14,000 is one-tenth of that. Okay, I think that's all, I mean, that's, there's gonna be some other revenues that's gonna offset that flaw, but I mean, these are those things that we need to get.
We gotta make sure, yeah.
Thirteen's going up at 3, not sure what you have on your agenda.
I want to stay for that.
Okay.
What was the, 17 to 16, is that when you?
Yes, 16's the
That's
percentage. Seventeenth, we're gonna do the interview, preliminary, getting hold of everybody. 9:30. Yeah, starting at 9:30. So basically, like budget an hour. Maybe a slight break there. for-
We'll start,
From 12:30 to 1, just a slight break.
Okay, I'll
Good suggestion.
contact those.
You want me to order?
Okay, yeah, 23 applicants, yeah, that's a good idea. So, yeah, so you're gonna weed it down.
Or club, or,
just get the basic, yeah, you'll need, and then have it, they'll throw in condiments on the side.
like, I'll tell them to.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah, I guess that's-
Regular.
That's just what we got some of the times.
White bread.
We got 6 out of the house.
I mean, it's just one platter, or how do we?
That should be enough, shouldn't it?
Well, we have 9 people.
We had 3 now.
I could, just let me know how many people, and then I could tell them that.
I'm gonna do them all the same day because
Oh,
they're all
yeah.
usual from, as far
I
as.
figure for 50.
I mean,
yeah, a little extra.
Interviewing.
Maybe see what their plans, if they got something for
It's a
12 to
rough
15 people, or something like that, that's big enough.
And then buy a couple bags of chips.
Don't buy from them.
And drink, what do you want to drink? I know what you want.
Pet.
So, there you go, that's what I was gonna say, it's Pepsi.
There, perfect.
Through 2 rounds, so maybe I'll put it on 10 minutes. Eliminate some of it, because if we have 6 with me, that's not.
We may have to just call somebody back, something another time.
You spend enough time with
As
it.
far as your all 3 boards, because especially with the HR board, where they don't work here, they need to be one day.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But at some point, do we need to have a conference of all 3?
If we have score sheets and we have everything there ready that day.
Yeah, the open discussion always helps too.
Mm-hmm.
I would have a little meeting, so if you're starting to do it at 9:30, I would have another meeting at 9.
I mean, even past, maybe you've got two other people from his committee that can report on that.
I'd have a meeting at 9 with all of them, say, this is what we want, pass all this stuff.
I'd also suggest, I've only been on one panel before, but they didn't have any sort of confidentiality agreement. I'd like to see one, and looking back after the fact, because, there's a natural desire to talk to the people that you know that were on the panel, and you can tell them the good stuff, but then, I should make it clear to the people that they shouldn't be saying what a specific person said. They can say the general discussion was
Yep.
something not.
I think I've done it three, and I don't think I've ever had that come up.
Okay, well,
I'm not saying it's a bad idea, I just have never, I don't think I've ever done that.
Technically, shouldn't we actually should go into executive session, that's three, right?
Oh,
yes.
yeah, you're right. You're right
Yes.
there.
And you could also do it where you don't interview until the other panels have weeded it out, and then you could maybe narrow your focus down to two or three and have a little longer interview with them if you wanted to do that. Now, it doesn't get done at the same
I
time.
say we're interview through gauntlet.
Okay,
It's a good system, it's a good system.
I'm afraid we're gonna run out of time.
I think it'll be okay. If you're only running 3 people per hour, that's not bad at all.
Do you think maybe we need to move our regular meeting to maybe Thursday, and that gives us all day Wednesday, just particularly, so we can go from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and so we just move our meeting to Thursday, the 18th, instead of the 2 to 5 Wednesday.
Well,
That gives us more time if we need to.
we don't have anything on the agenda, I mean, it's a pretty light day, but the only thing you have to probably do is either payroll or.
Well, if we
approve
get,
bills.
but we're looking at this middle of September, right? Suppose we get the budget done on Thursday, like we're hoping possible. So, we were even thinking about possibly having a special meeting Thursday to formally approve the budget. Isn't that about the next nearest date that we can have the budget hearing?
No, it's 10 days, right?
That'd be 14.
Thursday. Are you talking this Thursday?
10 days, correct?
It would be published on the second one.
Yes, it'd be 14 days, you're right.
14 days.
10 days would be the date after hearing, unless you move it to
Right, that's what I'm saying, is if you have the hearing,
Days.
which, I mean, you could have it on the 18th. This is only for 10 days.
like there, just to go ahead and have a regular meeting after, I mean, we could have a budget hearing meeting after that meeting. I don't have that much business you got to take care of.
I don't think we're gonna have a whole lot, maybe some payroll and bills.
It'll make us a long day, but we'll be here all day. Then we'll be going on Tuesday, then we'll be going on Wednesday.
So maybe schedule the meeting not to start till maybe 3. Let's do 3 o'clock. And that way we can have, even if Pat has to go, you can leave your comments with your panel and, your scores. Well, the panel system looks good.
So you're on 9 to 3:30 for the people that are coming, and then
9, I think it's at 9:30.
I'm talking about your panels that are hiring. You're wanting them here before that.
Yeah.
This is your paperwork.
Yes. Yeah.
We have to close till 9. 9:30,
We need to catch up real quick, where there's 3 other people that are coming.
Well, if that bid comes out, that he will be.
Could be, the rest of the work that we need to. Maybe we should put that pan, why don't we set that tonight?
For,
Or calling.
for the applicant.
No, for the panels.
And, all right, also,
Here we go, okay.
well, I talked to one. So I emailed the other one. All right.
what's her name?
Michelle Curry.
Shepherd.
Corey. I can make sure somebody else first.
Okay, is this just a special session or a work session?
We have to have a special session because we the interview process.
The interview thing.
Well, it should be an executive session.
But it should be a
So
special
it'll be a
meeting.
special session with the executive, I mean, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And it's from 9:30 till when?
Stuff for you?
To 3?
I know that everything's very well open up.
9:30 to 3 or 9?
Now they got the,
9 to 3.
I'm reading a little about road drainage,
About what?
the road drainage issue.
You already have all the questionnaires and numbering sheets and confidentiality agreement and.
Get those. Unless one of them is used like that. That's the one or somebody else has used in the past.
I can find out.
Thanks.
I don't know if you're right.
Yeah. Go ahead. Sure.
All right.
That's okay with you?
No, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Is this for over here to fire your commissioners or whatever?
Yeah.
if all they fire is river bands, I'll be happy.
I guess what we got with that.
I will guarantee you, I got the buzzer right.
You did it.
He's been done for such a.
Oh, boy.
Accidentally hit it.
There they come, kicking the door down.
Yeah.
Okay. What can we do for you today?
Well, nothing, we just wanted to, we don't have anything real major on the agenda for today. We just wanted to talk about a few items, a few small items, and see if, see on your end if there's anything, and just kind of keep communication open. The big things we had to discuss was, a couple of announcements, and then maybe talk a little bit about the monitor project, but the two big things, are, and you probably, this is probably not news, because you probably saw the paper, but, couple weeks ago, we went to the Kansas State of the EMS Conference, and the EMT of the year was our very own Stacy Mainsweir. So that's awesome. I mean, she's been working here for quite a few years, and it's much deserved appreciation on her part. So she got the EMT of the year award for the whole state of Kansas. So very cool. The newspaper did, wrote up an article and did that, which was really neat. The other thing that was really, really neat was we have two medical directors for Atchison County. We have, Dr. Myros and then also, Dr. Smith. And Dr. Smith, she won so it's probably even rarer that two people that serving the county got the award. Actually, I don't know if I've ever even heard of that, but Dr. Smith, she got the award for EMS Physician of the Year, through the state of Kansas. So two huge awards. The neat part was, we went down there to support them, and we knew, there was a couple people that knew ahead of time that they were gonna get the award, but they were, they were in the dark. They didn't know that they were they knew that they were a finalist, but they didn't know that they were the winner. And so we went down there, to support them, and then it was announced, and they all got their pictures taken, and they got their plaques, and it was a pretty big deal. So on the EMT side of things, she actually, there's a national level for EMT as well. And so all of the winners of the state EMS conferences go on to the national conference. Now, who knows what will happen there, but that is kind of in the works too. The other neat part about this is that when the state does this, when the state of Kansas nominates, when somebody gets nominated for EMT of the year or position of the year, sometimes places will do it in-house, and it's, you can kind of question the validity of what they're doing. Well, what the state of Kansas does, they will send theirs away, so that people that are grading their nominations and assessing them have no clue about them, don't know a thing about them. They're just getting the input, the information that they're receiving on the person, and so it's really an unbiased way to do it, and so it's really cool. So that's very commendable on both Dr. Smith's and Stacy's part. So, did you guys see the article?
Yeah, it's a really good article.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a pretty cool job.
Yeah, and she is well deserving.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know Stacy, but
She
very
doesn't think so.
humble.
Very humble. And she resuscitated or brought a patient back to life, is that what she's done?
Oh, yeah, she's been, she's done that more than once.
Well, I meant like in the most recent year, wasn't that one of the things that
Yeah.
corrected her major? Yeah.
So that was kind of the news brief of the day. Any questions on that stuff? No, thank you. And the only other big thing on our end of things, is just to give you guys, before we talk a little bit about our monitors, our heart monitors, and this is just to keep you guys up to date on what we're doing. So, to recap a little bit, we're gonna do I think the last you guys knew, we were getting ready to get into our monitor trial. We're going to test and evaluate heart monitors for about a month at a time. And we've done that with the three biggest heart monitor manufacturers, Zoll, Physio, and Philips. And we took about a month or a little over a month with each of those, and we had feedback from crew members, evaluations, and a process in which they kind of evaluate and use the machines actually on actual patients. And so we've got that, we're getting the data kind of all put together, and what we're looking at doing is we are looking at purchasing a lot of monitors. So the question for you guys is, obviously, it's a budgetary issue, so that's kind of the downside of it. It's a budgetary issue as far as something an expense. But on the flip side, the good side of it is that with as many as we're buying, it's probably not going to get, any cheaper. If you were to buy a couple of them at a time, you're going to pay a lot more for them than if you would us buying as many as we're buying. So from that standpoint, the time to do it would probably be in this session with us buying these other ones from the cost perspective. We are looking at making probably final evaluations and final determinations sometime this fall toward the end of the year. So we've got some time, but, and we could probably even push a standing quote probably into next year, if that would help as well. Like make it one of the requirements, whatever they quote for us now here, they'll push it into the next year for that same cost, that same price. So something to be thinking about, we have 5 monitors here, with one for each vehicle. 2 of them, they give a life expectancy roughly, 7 to 8 years is what they say, kind of on the heart monitors. We have 2 LifePak 12s, they call them. 2 LifePak 12s from 2002, so those are 12 years old. We've got 2 LifePak 12s from 2006, so those are 8 years old. And then 1 from 2008, so it's 6 years old. So on the replacement cycle, that would be a consideration, and they don't last forever. So timing wise, for the age of these monitors, it's not a bad time either. It'd be different if they were all 3 or 4 year old monitors, but they're not. And to give you a ballpark, even though we haven't isolated down what the top best heart monitor is yet, roughly, some rough ballpark figures, they're about $30,000 a piece. So they're probably the most expensive expensive item other than trucks that a person would buy. They're a heart monitor, but they do a lot of other things. I mean, they have how much oxygen's in your blood, they monitor your blood pressure, they monitor your temperature, they do a whole lot of things, but they are probably the most expensive item other than your ambulances. So, probably 30,000 on average is about what they run. Now, give or take, we're still working with the vendors on better pricing and that stuff, but as a ballpark figure, I would say 30,000 roughly per monitor. And then probably in support equipment, like battery chargers and things like that, there's probably roughly another, probably 8,000 to 10,000 in that type of stuff to do this. I think we can save some money in if some of the chargers can do if we can do an upgrade with some of the chargers instead of getting a full new monitor or a full new charger for the battery. I think we can do some of that stuff and save some money. But, this is just for you guys' information to be thinking about it at the time that, we're going through the process, we're gonna do something, we're gonna buy a whole bunch of other monitors with this whole process, but it would probably be a prime time if you guys wanted to do it, if you had the funding to do it, because you're not gonna get, a cheaper monitor, probably just from the whole purchasing power standpoint. So.
You look up that time that we borrowed money to buy those two ambulances, there's supposed to be quite a bit of money left in there. We're actually paying interest on it, we just haven't expended the funds. We used some of them to finish another project, but we're supposed to get reimbursed. That was, I think you told us one time it was close to 200,000. Once we get reimbursed that grant, we should be up around close to 200,000. It'd be under the loan or the debt service.
They've been, the crews have been using the new monitors on patients on, daily use type stuff, transfer and all that type of stuff. So, each monitor has a little bit of their own pros and cons, but.
I mean, this is off of the old stuff, so I can't get into the new one.
You can.
Okay, so there's the 90,000.
So out of the five, you look at replacing most of them, or
Well,
at least,
I can
I
go
mean,
back.
how many would you?
Probably, that's something that I would like to table until we're closer to the end.
Okay.
But if you want kind of an idea of what we're thinking, 4 of the 5 are 8 years or older. So, the thought might be to get the new equipment we need, but also save money. The thought might be to replace 4 of them and then keep the 5th one in that backup capacity and not to use it quite as much. That would save the purchase of a new monitor, at least currently, but I hesitate saying that until we're all done assessing all the parameters.
2 of the 3 companies would be completely opposites of anything that this monitor, if we were to take one of the monitors back, 2 of the 3 would be comparing apples to oranges on equipment, everything. We'd have to keep separate equipment, separate everything to run a monitor that we would take back. However, one of the monitor companies is similar enough that it would transition rather well if we did that.
The difference is if the one that came out on top was another brand, then what we currently are getting, you're talking about more training, more stuff, if we go with the one that's the same brand, and we're in the exact same situation, all of our other monitors are of the same brand as well, so that part is exactly the same.
Okay.
In the assessment part of it, but, so we'll see, and we'll bring in the data and information to show you guys the study, the prices, and when we finally get to this point, whenever it is, when we finally feel comfortable with the decision that's being made, we'll also have exact quotes from the reps, knowing exactly how much 5 monitors are, or how much 1 monitor is, or whatever. So, can come up if you want to.
I knew that, I just had a favorite, yeah.
There you go.
Which one's your favorite? Zoll or
So I was asking you which one.
which one's the favorite? It's kind of one of those deals where you take this part off of this one, you take this part off of this one, and you kind of merge them together to get the perfect monitor, but.
Sure.
Yeah.
And the price off the third.
And the price off of one of them, yeah.
Hopefully those are something that you'd have multiple vendors sell, I don't know, are they that specialized, or, I mean, you have like 5 vendors of the one that you choose, or?
No, the way they have it set up predominantly is that there's for a specific geographical area, they have like a vendor from the company. Where the competition comes in is, instead of going with product, brand X, you go brand Y, and there is a fair amount of competition there, but not inside the same company.
Yeah.
And the thing that you can do, I mean, you can research these forever on the internet too, and just say, hey, what's the LifePak 12 or LifePak 15 cost, and you'll find it anywhere from, some places sell them for, $5,600, but they are junk.
The refurb,
Yeah,
the
they say
refurb.
beware of refurbs, because we've felt pain with refurb monitors, thinking that's the way we need to go, and it is not. It's really not.
What do they have, like, what are warranties you want us to have?
It varies a little bit. A lot of them are 1 or 2 year, and then you could purchase. They have a lot of different options for purchasing extended warranty plans.
Yeah.
But they're pretty, it's kind of rugged use type stuff. So they're not gonna warranty them for too long out of the box. But we're looking at purchasing probably. We've told the vendors what they've quoted us for about 17. We're probably gonna do around 13 to 15, one way or the other, and then whatever you guys want to do collectively is kind of what our final step is gonna be. The other thing that's going on right now is that, so we've done this before, and in our previous, when we do this project, it kind of turns into a big project, but it's well worth it. We talk to the hospitals in our service area, and sometimes they also came in and purchased monitors at the same time that we have. We talk to the communities, any community, so if you can think of any community placement for AEDs, we can also get contract pricing for AED placement. Huh? Right, yeah. And also the fire departments, rescue, they have a different AED kind of monitor version for those that's a little more durable. But ultimately, we want to kind of encompass all the entities in any community placement of an AED that we can when we do this. So that's kind of why it takes a while. But the hospital, they have expressed some interest in it, although I don't know if what they're gonna do. I need to check back with them and see kind of where they're at and stuff. As far as smart monitors, they've had some change in personnel and stuff, so we need to kind of revisit that with them and see if they wanna get in on it.
Biggest thing is we just wanna come here in the last minute and say, we need
Sure.
5 new monitors.
Yeah, we don't want to.
We can do about that.
You don't like that, do
You're probably surprised how many last minute requests we get.
Oh, I'm sure, and that's what we don't, I mean.
Wes isn't that bad, he does a pretty good job.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I
I thought you were talking directly about them.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Yeah, because definitely going into the year, we would probably know, since we're, current budget's like, yeah, we'd have an idea as far as where we're gonna go.
Which actually works pretty good, because then they could actually, at the end of this year, they could actually put it on current or probably next year.
15.
It probably wouldn't be a big issue for them. Is it calendar though? It's calendar.
We're calendar.
You're calendar.
Our fiscal is our calendar, right? State's a little bit different, state's July 1 to June 30, that's their fiscal year.
You find out how much we got, Mike?
I think they're watching the YouTube video.
I'm trying to learn how to run the system. I spent a year and a half
possibility of, applying for some grants for our building. And one of the things that seems to help with that is if we can demonstrate service to the elderly and poor. And I don't know whether you can share that kind of information with us, that we can demonstrate this percentage of the users would qualify. And I'm not sure that applies with them either, but I would think we have a disproportionate number of people that use it that would fall in those categories.
What criteria is just elderly and poor?
Well, those were two of it. What was that?
Is it based on their income?
Yeah, and I don't know how much of that code you even have for us to mine into.
We could run some demographics that would help with the elderly piece. What we wouldn't have is, I mean, we don't do any financial data collection,
Unless we know that certain facilities are deemed lower income, such as.
Well, I mean, that, I didn't know that.
We could very well have something over there.
Affordable housing.
Yeah, they have
locations.
Yeah, Cemetery Place, maybe, I don't know if that means, but I know Mall Tower.
And the other thing would be,
Like indigent, I don't think there's any way to track it, you know.
Well, what's the number of Medicaid users?
right, that's what I was getting at, the number of Medicaid users. There are things that kind of point in the direction of limited finances, but.
We have to come up with 48% low income to qualify.
I don't think I've ever seen the,
I thought that was
area,
so what I-
you could be right. I don't think I've ever seen it.
So look for 49.
I was gonna ask, I didn't go last Wednesday to Mocan, but, I don't know if Tom, I think it's Matt's meeting. So, try to contact him and see what, I thought it was last month. Where you,
And that was just for low income, or is that combined elderly and low income? Combined.
Combined, that's realistic.
Well, we first was told it had to be, I thought it was 40% of our population, and then it was 48% of our calls, because we said there's no way we could.
Because I think only like 17 or 18% of our
Calls,
population.
that's like population.
Yeah.
All towers.
I mean, those would be easy demographics. to
Yeah,
figure
that
out.
would be-
You're talking about just our call volume, who we
Well,
are providing service to.
I would assume it's gonna be county-based.
Oh,
I think it's county demographics, wouldn't it? I would assume it'd be based on your county demographics,
Well,
or your population you're serving,
yeah, that's what I thought, the population of the service, so we could try.
which, technically it could be our entire population, our county,
But
really.
we have 3 years of history of who's used the service, right?
Yeah. No, too strong here.
So you're wanting people who have used the service, not the service area we cover.
Well, yeah.
Maybe we need to find that out before he starts.
There's statistics, and so they're misogynical.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we get both, yeah, figure out what it says.
We massage in the right direction.
So that's for for a grant, how does that work with the building, how does that?
Well, it may be some portion of direct funding for getting us.
We're looking at possibly 1 or 2 different grants.
Okay.
Yeah, CDBG grant would only be one. I think maybe USDA will grant possibly for another.
Okay.
But the only thing that I remember hearing talking about, I think he's still looking to run more out there.
What are you guys looking at timetable wise on that project?
So,
In the future.
In the future.
Yeah.
You need some, meth to sell?
You're on camera.
You're on camera.
Oh, yeah. So you should have used that, you said Breaking Bad. Yeah. I like to try, getting around to it.
pretty good job.
Method,
Method.
Yeah, good one.
so.
That's fine.
Yeah, so we're looking at possibly a couple, whatever we can get, you know, whatever's out there, there's been some communities around US, but it's,
If we qualify, it's not, you know.
So there's like, there are funding type grants instead of like matching funds or things like that, or
Yeah.
Am I talking?
there's
Well,
probably
I don't think we're gonna go with the building, I think we're gonna pay
yeah.
significantly better,
50% of that.
totally reimbursed.
even if they would pay 10%.
Yeah. No,
It would be my grand.
How, I mean, how is that sounding? We're kind of in the same process with another county.
We had to do matching when we did like the elevator, that was TG grant.
Yeah.
It depends, like, if you get closer, it's like a 50% match, a lot of times you'll get. There's competition, and so in that competition, if somebody says, well, we'll match 10% of the month, you probably have less likely chance to win it, matches 40.
Right.
So, they always have maximum amounts to put in those grants, so, yeah.
We'll repeat what you said, so we get to, we got to figure it out.
Yeah, so we
Or
put
should
it,
have.
we don't know what we're talking
We said you take care of it.
What's that?
All of it.
Give me a hammer and some nails, I'll start.
They're suggesting 4 monitors on the
Public.
Well, yeah,
That one,
that's an idea. There's 5 current monitors, currently, so, yeah. Give us a little more time with it, this is kind of early on, but wanted to,
Yeah, I don't think knowing, because we had money set aside for this anyway, we're already paying interest on it, okay? So it doesn't matter whether it goes to 15 or it goes into 14. It's just a matter, it's a non-funded budget item that we can pull money out of. So I think it's our decision what we want, how many we want to do.
okay.
So,
So, and no real strict timeline as far as when either,
second Tuesday next week's fine.
ooh, that's too early for us, but okay.
They're gonna be like fall, maybe
Yeah.
beginning of the end of the year.
Did you get that?
Chad's drooling.
he said second.
Would you explain it, to the young man?
There's only one Tuesday a month, a week.
Oh, gotcha.
Right.
Sure, Mike.
I haven't get that out of the way. You're serious around. Okay, no, we can kind of make that decision, but I mean, as far as that goes, why, that's what that money's set there for.
Okay.
I mean, we had it there for 2 reasons, it was gonna go into the ambulance fund one way or another. When we borrowed money, whether it went into a building, or whether it went into buying an ambulance. So,
No, it should be 3
that's what
plus,
it's safe here for.
Well, we're, like Jay said, we're coming a little early,
unless they're putting.
but we wanted to let you guys, we wanted to give you some lead time.
Just based on what you told us last year, I guess I got the impression that the monitors were probably it's more critical thing. I think, we've upgraded it's not that we can't use another upgrade to the ambulances per se, but we can, with the 2 newer ones we can.
Were you wanting to put a monitor in the Black Hawk? Because we got, 3 ambulances we lose, and one of them has a backup.
Well, there'd be four for ambulances and then 1 for, that would be including 4 for ambulances and 1 for a black car, is where we currently have 5 monitors.
Do we even use that one?
No. It's a backup of a backup.
We've used it, for linear art and Lake Fest, definitely. And we also use it when we have an ambulance go down for maintenance. So if I send a truck out of town for maintenance, then I put that truck back in the backup. Or even having a tire change or whatever, we put that truck, but it hardly ever rolls anywhere.
So that was the thought with the 4 monitors, we could probably get by with keeping the 2008 possibly, which would be the newest of the LifePak 12 we got, and then doing the 4 monitors to save having to buy the 5th monitor, then that way the park car could have one, and then the first out in Atchison, first out in Effingham, and then the backup unit that's used, or the transfer truck here could utilize those new monitors.
Okay. And then with the current, not monitors, but like on the, so we got 2 fairly new ambulances, are we kind of cycling in, like as far as like rotation on miles, so we don't, we would like to avoid a future of purchasing 2 within the same year, so are we kind of like cycling out miles?
We're separating miles, we're rotating mileage farther apart. And we're also putting that, the old, Effingham truck,
Yeah.
the orange one, up online as much as possible to get some more miles on that, to find any problems that we might have, which we found a few, or whatever the correct.
Okay, it's running. And you better find some wood.
Like when we got that orange, truck back, it had 3 different size tires on it. We did, and that, they run it the whole time, and that again the whole time, with 3 different size tires on it. So, we just fixed that.
Gotta remember, we're out in the sticks there, we need to do business there. Whatever it takes to get it done.
Got one in the file, I'll take it.
But it's in really good shape right now, so.
Well, I wish we could borrow more money, like, say we borrowed that money at 1.88, I would think you could earn the road. Do that every day, I mean, yeah.
Is there anything on your guys' end? Communications?
You know, I mean, your, how it's working, I mean, how much time, I mean, the Effingham, I know it has to come quite a bit and stuff, I mean, it's not causing any situations, I have never really complained about that.
No, it's funny when you look at the stats, the monthly stats, it's like, you know, I guess just when you think, well, I have to make an extra trip or two to town, then you look at the stats and they had a busier month on Effingham, on West County District calls than we had for second out users on the east side. So, I mean, those stats are very close, and remain pretty close. So.
Any truth to the rumor that there's some damage to the Effingham facility, got backed into or something to that effect?
Recently?
What's the smile on Wence's face?
What would that be?
Was it like a year ago? When? I think.
Maybe.
I'm asking, I don't know. Day 2, we ran through the door, right? Day one, we ran through the door.
I did that. Somebody put a 90-second timer on the door opener.
We fixed that. There was a small dent in the front where, my car ran up against the side of the red paint line. But that's it, that's all.
So what you're saying is the two culprits are right here being talked to.
So I don't, do you have any idea what they're talking
Yeah, is
about?
it recently, or, because if it is, we don't know.
I took it to be recent. Now, I don't-
I'll check today, and I can get back with you on that, but I have not, they're really, really good about reporting things like that. But no, I don't have nothing recent.
I think that is something like that.
What happened?
It didn't cover West.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. Well, that's me, dude. That's
No.
What's the
I
answer?
know that's you.
the ambulance, huh? I'll check it out. I'll find out.
Now let us know.
No, I haven't heard, that wasn't reported.
Do you know when though, or do you have any other details, or no?
Took a picture of last week.
Last week?
Oh, no, that's, you said the ambulance or the station? Are you talking about you remember what ambulance or station?
I think there was some sort of.
I'm sorry, what?
The station.
The station, no, I don't know, that's I don't know what
That
that.
happened when she read that and that.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. No, I don't know anything about that whole thing. Alright, I'll find out about it.
Yeah.
To put your guys' mind at ease, just last week, Brent sent an email out to our entire company, all 4 of our services. Now, we have a backing policy, which obviously we need to talk about. We don't back an ambulance into a building without a backer. Cell phone use is being addressed in this policy as well. So, I mean, our safety and accountability has just gone up.
I know we've had the policies, but it's more like strictly enforced.
Yeah, so we put teeth in it this time, so.
But we'll get back to you on that. I apologize for not knowing. I hate to not know what you're talking about when you ask me a question, but.
Well, I see the station, and it is fine. I'm sure we'll be back in and get back to normal, and hopefully, we get into the facility, of course, that's not gonna change, that's, but we'll take that into account and build it, so. Make sure the door will
But having a backer to watch you makes a big difference, and this person obviously.
We have to know, we have to report to like our insurance company, so
Right.
we own the vehicle, you know,
Right.
so for, I don't know how we can do that, I guess it's when that's that over that $1,000 threshold, I assume.
Well, see, we actually carry, we carry insurance on them too, so, I mean, if it's our problem, it's our problem.
Oh,
But let me figure out, well, first off, let's find out what happened,
okay.
and then we'll let you know, and then, from there, we'll address it somehow, so.
It's been a while since we've seen our financials, when we see that.
I get that at the end of the year. Yeah, it's an annual report.
Appreciate your report.
Mostly, yeah, the monthly.
Sure. Okay. Well, if there's anything else you guys need, holler, otherwise things are going pretty decent on our end, so.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from.
We'll discuss that. Once you guys.
Yeah, this fall, we'll get back with you when we get more solid numbers on the monitors. Go from there.
Thank you.
Let's get that right there. Bye, Pat.
But
These have been an inspection checklist that you're good.
yeah, I think that is.
Did they give you a figure on this monitor?
Yeah, they said
Possibly
30
40,000 with the monitor and the back.
backup, yeah, battery backup charger.
For 4 of them?
For one.
Per each, yeah. That's just a rough estimate, they said they're still working,
I thought you said 30 per unit and then 10,000 for the charger.
8 to 10.
Yes, that's not even.
But we got one charger for each one.
One charger does them all.
Oh, I thought you had to charge for each one.
He said 30,000 for monitor and then 8 to 10 for every backup charger.
So if you give them three, that'd be $100,000. 3 at 30 and 10,000 charge.
340.
No. 3 at 30
Yep.
is 90, and a $10,000 charge would be 10, that'd be
Well, I thought they said 4 out of 5.
Well, I know, they take 5 out of 5 to give it to them.
Well, okay, I know, they said 4 out of 5.
Oh, we started out and we kind of meet halfway.
Yeah.
So it's 30,000.
I was trying to go worst case.
Well, it is something that, once we get through this budget deal, we will, have to start looking forward as to start, because that flight bar in a couple of years will probably need to be replaced. And I'm sure by then they're gonna want one of those ambulance, I mean, that other 6 may start giving them trouble, and they're gonna want another ambulance for backup and stuff.
So how much was in the fund?
200, once we get the grant money, it goes back
We
in.
still haven't received it.
Because it replaces the Memorial Hall stuff.
Yeah.
We have 217.
She was been going. That money wasn't
Comes back up.
obligated by the state, was it? I haven't gotten a letter saying they have. Sheila just got back from being off a week, so I don't know.
Well, Joe was supposed to check on that too.
That's true. So I don't really know. Usually you probably would have said something.
Only thing I got is What are we gonna set up, we gonna do a road, what did you say, we're gonna do a road tour?
Hopefully, well, we know Thursday, when we get done.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Oh,
next Tuesday morning, hopefully next Tuesday morning.
There was that one road, but is that'd be,
We'll just do
still
that.
close to the,
There's a chance next Tuesday I may not be here for the
Oh.
work session, but I'll be here for the meeting.
Okay, 'cause that's what, that 3/10 road,
this one was supposed to be there.
Two guys will look at that, and it's not that like that, so it takes probably, up in my area now.
it is.
I may have to drive it myself or something, but, I may have to go back down to State Fair on Monday all day, and then help up on the ice cream machine back together Tuesday morning, and then hightail back here to get here by noon, 1 o'clock, so I may have missed the work session. So as we did, we had time to do it in the afternoon, we could do it in the afternoon, maybe.
This is, today we're just doing it for the information on what, the first health is on. We answered these, they said, well, these were yes, we didn't have to do this.
Okay. Signature in the front page. Okay. And that's what, what's her name? Yeah. So there's the 892.
Oh, 480. 602-5049. I'm just say it faster.
5459?
60, one minute, one there.
5049.
480. 6025-049.
Yeah. Well, it was just a, questionnaire, from Winter Health Insurance.
It's just on insurance. Question insurance.
So, you guys don't know if you asked them.
No, I just need, want to have a short executive session with that, and then we get Jerry to go back and work on the budget we need to do.
Okay.
He can print what she's got off
Oh, okay.
eventually here on. Like, it'd be easy for me to see, compare the numbers.
Which one do you want, or which one?
I'll probably need just about, I mean,
He wants 72 pages,
That's the whole thing, or some of those blank pages?
some of
Still
them,
maybe blank, but it's pretty big though, the whole budget, all those worksheets.
mainly all, I don't need the work, I just need the fund page,
Okay.
amounts, and then this page. Looks to me like you need 7. These are the pages.
Okay, okay, the general detail, general detail.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'd like to see that final front page too, where they computed the tax for the debt service, and what they got that too.
Okay. Oh, I'll give you it back. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Is there, you want to use this? Because that is all.
Yeah, sure.
There's some more, copy. Okay.
There we go. So, send me about something.
You might be the one that's already got all this.
No more than 10 minutes.
You make the motion, Rob?
So moved.
I second it.
Motion is second, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So is this,
Attorney-client privilege.
open that?
Come out, but I think we're gonna adjourn with the work session.
Okay.
We'll
Make
make
it 15.
15 minutes, all right, yeah.
Quarter.
Okay, quarter till,
Yeah.
3:45 then?
We'll call and text you if there's anything different. Adjourn.
Okay.